Ew, this is kind of nice. This is romantic. I like this lighting. Yeah. I'm in a particular mood today, I guess. I wanted to be nice and backlit for this one. I don't know. The other day I said something to the effect of, everybody's only talking about one thing right now, and I want to talk about something different. And I went into something completely off the wall. I think it was the divorce, or the dude sued the other guy that stole his wife. Whatever. And somebody had commented, why don't you talk about Hong Kong? Nobody seems to fucking want to talk about Hong Kong. And my first thought was, I hear a lot about Hong Kong actually. Fox News tends to talk about Hong Kong a lot. Of course, Fox News does more than lead with Orange Man Bad, followed by Orange Man Bad taking up the entirety of the B block, with the C block over-dominated by Orange Man Bad, and then you roll credits. So, you know, that's why I kind of listen to Fox more than anybody else, because I pretty much know what Don Lemon's going to say. It's going to be something terribly fucking racist, but he's not going to think it is because fuck white people. And Orange Man Bad. Like, Orange Man Bad. Like, dude, it's fucking lunacy. I know what they fucking say. Fox News actually talks about, like, other things, and at least they give me a reasonable place to start to, like, look into it myself, right? And Fox News talks about Hong Kong a lot. I think what's going on there is very scary. And here's why. Like this. On or around the year that I was born, 40 some odd years ago, I think it was 60s, 70s, I don't know, something like that. There was an uprising in Hong Kong. Now, I didn't study this in school or some shit like that. This is me doing a fucking paper. I'm telling you what I know. This is what I know, right? So, fucking, if I get something wrong, remember, I'm setting this shit up. The details don't really matter in all this. This is fucking past shit. Don't worry, alright? Just follow along with me, for fuck's sake. Can you tell that I recently had an argument where I had to say, well, so you fucking understand what I'm saying, right? Anyways. So, Hong Kong had an uprising. They didn't really like living under, son of a bitch. It's my alarm. It's getting to be bedtime. I think they were like a colony of Britain or something like that. You know how the British are. It was something like that. Some other country controlled Hong Kong. And they were going to turn Hong Kong back over to China. But the people of Hong Kong were like, no, we have freedom. We don't want to be fucking part of China. Like, I understand we're in China and we're like a colony. You know, those horrible colonizers, right? But we have freedom because of those horrible colonizers. So we don't want to go back to being under China's rule. So there was kind of an uprising. And I guess there was like a deal made that for 50 years or something like that, Hong Kong could be free. And then the tanks rolled in, right? And that was like, you see those pictures of the video of the dude with the shopping bags standing in front of the tank and like won't let the fucking tank pass. He's like, you're going to have to roll me over, motherfucker. That was like the people fighting back against China. You know, they wanted to maintain their freedom, right? It's this kind of shit where I see this happening and I look at Venezuela. And I go, oh, you guys' answer is let's run to America. These motherfuckers are dying in the street for their freedom. Right? So, yeah, the people of Hong Kong are in a position again. It's getting close. I guess it's getting close to the end of the agreement. Right? Hong Kong is going to wind up being oppressed within the next decade or so, or whatever it is. I don't know. But so I believe, in part, at the very least, because it is getting close to the end, I believe China decided that they wanted to start bringing Hong Kong back into the fold a little bit early, piece by piece, right? How these people work. Look at the Democrats. So they wanted to institute some sort of law wherein if somebody was arrested in Hong Kong, they could be extradited to China for trial. Now, you're talking about two different law sets. This would be kind of like if they said, alright, if you're arrested in America, you can be extradited to China. Right? Like, this isn't that far of a comparison. So, yeah, these people got fucking pissed, and they took to the streets. Like, everybody in Hong Kong took to the streets and was like, fuck no. And they got super pissed. And riots and shit, and fights, and they were fighting with, the police, and because they're like, fucking no. And they were like, no, we're not going to have any peace in this goddamn town until you guys are done fucking with us. No, not having this shit. And they haven't stopped. I think it's been months now. And, like, then China decided that they were going to ban face masks. And that didn't go over well. But, like, they were doing it so that they could find out who people are. They could arrest people for, being violent protesters or whatever. I don't know. Whatever fucking reason it is they want to fucking look at people. It's China. It's because they want to know who you are, right? So, they want to know who you are. And all the people of Hong Kong are like, fuck you, we can wear masks if we want. So now it's like, anytime China decides that they're going to impose any manner of rule or law on Hong Kong, I think the Hong Kong people are going to fucking burn the city down. Like, I think that's the future that the fucking people in the government of China are looking at. Like, even when the whole when this deal ends and China's going to be like, all right, you guys are under communist rule now, I don't think that the people of Hong Kong are just going to be like, well, it was fun while it lasted. Like, I don't think that shit's going to happen. I think they're going to burn the city to the ground. So, like, I don't know. But it's very bad because this happened once before, like I described before. And one of the things that happened was tanks rolled in and people were killed. Now, that was in the 60s, 70s, whenever it was. 80s, I don't remember. I was very young. But nowadays, that's a different world, man. Like, it's a much different world. Countries are far more invested in each other now than ever before. And people aren't very happy with China right now because Donald Trump is pretty much like, no, fuck China, they're being assholes. And he's fucking with them so much and nothing's really happening except that China's getting fucked. Like, it's kind of working the way it's said. Like, farmers are having problems and shit like that. And Donald Trump is using, tariff revenue as subsidies and shit like that. We're doing the best we can. But it's like, we can't give in. Like that, we can't. We've been doing that. That don't work. Like Chinese knockoffs. You ever hear the old what is it? Chinese knockoffs of some sort? You ever hear anybody say that before? You want to know why people say that? Because the Chinese people get something that an American made, like this pen. Like as an example, they go, "Oh, look, the American made this pen. Look what it does." Right? So then they just take it apart, figure out how it works. And then they just mass produce the shit out of it. And they make cheap, shitty quality fucking pens. And then everybody goes, my pen doesn't actually fucking work. Fucking Chinese knockoffs. Right? And that's part of it. You know what I mean? To say, you guys can't just fucking steal all of our ideas and fucking mass produce this shit and just make shit quality versions of it and put us under because of it. They don't want to allow that shit to happen anymore. So, right? We got to get that at the very least. And that is a big thing. They're not going to want to give that up. So they will let everything else fucking burn just so that they can continue to just steal intellectual property. right? Because that's big business for them. That's their economy, more or less. So, right? Like, that's going to be a tough one to give up. And they're going to have to just ride it out. We're going to have to just ride it out. Shit's going to be bad for a while. And we're just going to have to ride it out because we can't, what are we going to do? Just go, okay, well then I guess we'll just go back to the way it was. No, fuck that. Like, fuck them. Fuck them. No. And, other countries might fill the void that China begins to leave. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with dealing with more friendly countries. You know what I mean? People that are more willing to deal on even terms. Fuck all the rest of them. Let's extract ourselves from the people that are kind of dicks. I'm fine with that too. If we can figure it out, let's do it. But it's bad, very, very much bad, because this is the modern world, man. If they roll tanks into the fucking city again, like, it's gonna be a lot more than just America has a problem with it. It's gonna be a lot more. I mean, dude, that's gonna be a fucking huge international incident if they decide to push that shit that fucking far. And it's gonna make a whole lot of countries that are right now kind of going, come on, like, just be nice to China because we need our Chinese knockoffs. Like, there's a whole lot of countries that are like that right now, and I think that if they roll fucking tanks into that city, they ain't gonna have any support anymore. It's gonna be just like that. So China is really stuck between an unstoppable force and an immovable object. And the funny thing of it is, it's freedom on both sides. You've got the unstoppable force of freedom in the people of Hong Kong. We want our fucking freedom, and we are going to do what it takes to get it. You cannot stop us. And you have the immovable object of, well, we've had freedom for hundreds of years, and we're not going to let you fucking roll tanks into that town. Sorry, it's a free town. So, I don't know what the government of China does, but it better be something fucking damn smart, because if they decide to play this stupid, that's going to be bad for a whole lot of people. So I think that we should all be paying close attention to what's going on in Hong Kong right now. And I think that we should all be giving support as much as we can to, oh boy, I don't know, the people who want to be free. Because, right?